Ah, there you go. I like the way you look today.
Yeah, I got a hat too now.
And the boots on top of it.
Boots get rubber, man. I didn't wear my $5 Yellowstone. This explains everything. My foot is fucking busted.
You have a favorite character?
Who would you think is my favorite character? I'm a boss. So who was the guy?
John.
Thank you. You asked me that. I know, but the daughter, she's gonna win an award. I mean, she's gonna win. How's everyone? Yeah, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Wonderful start today. The kids gave themselves a C. I let them grade themselves. I think they gave themselves a C because they felt like they could do better, understanding the tempo, the thought process, the commitment to excellence, consistency of just staying involved. That was a fast-paced practice. We got a lot of work done, got a lot of reps. I'm excited. I really am excited about what I saw today. And they competed tremendously.
All right, we got a mic on both sides, so raise your hand for a question, and please introduce yourself.
Hey, Coach. To your right, Brandon Christoph from KOA, your radio partner. You had mentioned you didn't love the spring break in the middle
I don't.
of practice, but can you maybe make it a positive to check what they can retain potentially?
No,
Do you think they're
it's
projecting
not a positive. It's not a positive. It's like when you love something, you want to break from it. You don't want to break from it, then come up and try to recant where you left off at. That's not. Take a break on your honeymoon. Then come back and try to make it happen. It ain't the same. All right, so I don't like it in betwixt because these are young men, different maturation levels. So some people you tell don't go out there and do the A, B, C, and D, and they do it anyway because you told them not to. They got to still touch the oven and see if it's hot. Some guys are going to work their butts off and stay in shape and lift and make sure they come back prepared because they know it's a lot at stake for the spring for them personally. But no, I would never fall in love with having a break in betwixt spring practices, not whatsoever.
Hi, Coach.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Excellent.
Nikki Evers, U Sports Report. You're very attuned to how your son Shador plays, but when you look towards spring practice, and what do you want to see out of him, and what do you want to see him perform and develop on?
Consistency. Understand it's a new offense. It's his third offense in 3 years. Understanding the nuances of the offense, getting to know the receivers. I mean, if you watch his practice, you could tell he and Jimmy and Travis in the indoor, and since we arrived, and they have they know one another real well. We got to get that consistency and that communication with all of the different receivers and that trust. That's probably the best word, trust. And I have no doubt. I know what he's going to do throwing the darn football, and he's very accurate. He's a very accurate quarterback, but just understanding all the nuances of the offense and then incorporating what he does well. You just can't come and scrap what he just did. You got to involve some of the things that he did well, and that's why Brett Bartolone, our receivers coach, is here, that was our OC last year, to incorporate that as well.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing, sir?
Oh, Nick Rothschild, number 7. The decision to have the kids earn their jersey numbers,
Yeah.
Is there a story behind that? And
No.
what are you hoping that to be?
I'm old school. Anybody here over 45? Didn't we have to earn every darn thing we got?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gave us nothing. So this whole new thing, first of all, we got this new thing now in college football about double numbers. We didn't have, if somebody gave you a double number in college, that assured that you weren't gonna play. That's how it was, wasn't it? Now it's like normal. And you gotta earn stuff. Ain't nobody giving you nothing. We got kids, they play the snap, and you want to be one? You know what number 1 meant back in the day for us? That you were that one. Now you got number 1 getting the frame tore out of him out there on the field. Like, come on, you got to be crazy. Now it's a fight in the stands because the mama's wearing number 1 and her son, her baby's getting murdered out there, Like, come on. Like, it's just a new day. Single digits was something, you had to be him. You had to be him. Now you got linemen wanting 0s and 3s. Okay, if I give a lineman that number, the DB or the receiver or the running back can't take that big number, so now I got a deficit of numbers. So all this stuff is strategic, but I'm old school, man. I come from the place you gotta earn it. My school closed I went school shopping. I had to get a job and work and earn that. And that's why I appreciate those kind of things. That's why my kids have to earn things. Everything they've gotten in life, they had to earn it and work for it. So I don't give them nothing. If you know me and how I parent, you would understand that they don't get handed nothing. They had to earn it.
Hi, Coach. Jack Parlow with Buffalo's Wire. Just curious if there are any boxes that you want to see this team check by the end of spring practice.
Every box. There's a lot of empty boxes. I want to see every box checked. Coaching, boxing, coaching, boxes, everything. I got to see how the coaches communicate with the players. I got to see how the players communicate with the coaches, strength and conditioning, the training staff, the equipment staff. We're checking everything because this is a total commitment effort of unification to win. It's not just us on the field. Everybody in this darn building got to understand that we're winners. And change has to be provoked. And that's why we're here. But we're trying to check every darn box. If it was great, I wouldn't be here.
Hey there, Coach. Ariel Orsuto, 9 News. We weren't able to be in there to see it. I know you said
That's good.
They said they worked hard, but can you just paint us a picture in your best ability? What was it like in there? Bring us in there.
It was a fast tempo. We don't take breaks. We had two, what we called it is, shoot, I don't have my script with me. I'm trying to think of the darn name, I forgot it just that quick. But the practice is fast paced. It's no idle feet, and you can't walk between the lines. Everything is running, everything is station to station, drill to drill, and you work quick, and you have 5 to 6 plays. Thank you, sir. 6 plays at a time. You start off with a turnover circuit, which is really fast paced. Team takeoff, which is offense running routes. Quarterback make bad throws. They got to go get the ball. Defense is doing pursuit. Now we got Indy where we're getting them ready for tempo. Tempo is fast paced, man. 5 plays, 1s versus 1, 2s versus 2s, 3s versus 3s. The ball started on the 20-yard line, then we go to special teams. Now, while you're at special teams, if you're not on special teams, your defensive coaches, offensive coaches are still working with those particular positions. So it ain't no standing around just because you're not on special teams, you're still getting work. We got one-on-one, that's a challenge. Receivers versus the DBs, running back versus the linebackers, O-line doing what they got to do. Then here we go 7-on-7, 2 spot. So we got 1s versus 2s, 2s versus 1s, then the 3s. After that, team tempo. 1s versus 1, 2s versus 2, 6 plays, 6 plays, 6 plays, 4 plays with the 3s. So you get 18 plays with the 1s and 2s and 16 plays with the 3s. Then also tempo 7-on-7. This stuff is fast-paced team, then special teams, then we out. It's a lot to absorb, but it's at such a fast pace. But by the time we hit the field and game time running, we got a tempo that's out of this world because that's the expectation of practice. So we train them for that hurry up offense. That's all you see right now, especially in the Pac-12. That's all you see, these high-paced, fast-speed offenses that is going to get a lot of plays off. And we're going to be in shape if we don't be anything.
Coach Sean Keeler at the Denver Post is one of the old guys, over 45 here. Remembers when you had your number and the name on the back. I'm kind of curious, and also someone who remembers 1985-86. I wonder what Coach Prime 2023, how he would handle prime time 1985-86, and think of vice versa.
The thing about you guys, you got a concept of who you thought I was, but I wasn't that guy who you thought I was. I worked my butt off for everything. I had never had a problem running with a coach. I had the utmost respect for every coach from Little League on to the NFL. No one ever reported any problem, any calling me into the office and asking me to work. I outworked everybody and anybody. So I would have took it like a champ and led. I would have been a darn leader. So I would have established whatever the coaches wanted to be established. I would have established that. And we have several kids on this team inside that locker room that's able to do that. They're leaders. I don't believe in captains. I believe in leaders and dogs.
Good afternoon, Coach.
How you doing, my man?
I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you.
Good.
obviously, all the
I
cameras.
follow you, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're
I
really
appreciate
good
that.
too, man. I check you out. You have some good content.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate
Keep up the
it.
good work.
With all the cameras, obviously, the spring game is going to be nationally televised, the only college program to have ESPN come out here.
For real? I didn't know that. Say that again. We're
The only college program that's going to have ESPN come out there. nationally
Wow,
televised.
that's something, isn't it?
So with all the cameras, all the distractions, how
That's not a distraction.
discipline is something that you guys
Right.
you're looking for.
That's
these
a
young
blessing,
men.
isn't it?
Yes, of course.
Every kid in America is sitting right here, right? Every adult, that's not a distraction. That's a blessing. These kids want notoriety. That's the way they get to the next level. That's the way they get to the NFL. That's the way they get NIL deals. So we're going to hopefully and prayerfully provide that for them, but they got to produce.
And so how important are the small details as you
Very important. And I'm a very detailed coach. So the small details are everything. The practice that we had today was phenomenal, but shoot, we went over Friday and we went over Saturday, so we wouldn't have a glitch. Not only with just the team, with the trainers as well as the equipment persons and everybody involved in the practice. It's not just the coaches and the young men that's playing. It's so many people involved in a practice to make it happen and to make it go without a glitch, and it was perfection today, I felt.
Coach, back here, Pat Rooney, Boulder Daily Camera. Going back to Shador and the offense, how much different is it for him in terms of terminology and formations compared to what he was running last year? And the fact that he's learned several offenses a couple years in a row will be a smooth transition.
Well, he's a smart kid. I think he has a 3.7 or 3.5, something like that. So he's always been a very astute academically, and just his nickname is Grown because he's always been a very mature young man. But coaches are doing a great job explaining this offense, and it suits him. You're giving the receivers opportunity to run certain routes are choice routes, and they making a decision on the fly. If the corner sits, they keep going. If the corner go back, they sit it down, you know, if he bails. So I really like what Sean is doing. I really do. I really like what Sean is doing, and Shador does as well. Shador is not a quiet, silent type quarterback where he's going to sit down and take anything you write up there on the board. He knows football. He comes from a football family, so he knows bull junk when he sees bull junk, and he's not seeing bull junk. He's seeing a real pro-style offense and a coordinator that knows exactly what he's trying to accomplish. And I like the marriage that they have thus far.
Hey, Coach Ryan Koenigberg from DNVR. Two-parter. Go one at a time. First of all, just been here a couple months now. How are you feeling settling into the city?
This city is unbelievable. It's a hidden gem, only hidden from us because we hadn't been here. But you guys know what it is, and you should appreciate it a lot more. I mean, it's no way driving in, I don't call it work, driving into this facility, to this school, that you could even not be excited to come and do what we're being blessed to do. I absolutely love it. I wish we had a couple soul food spots. Now I got to get that off my chest. But other than that, the food is pretty darn good. But I have been invited to several homes that say they can cook pretty darn good. But I got to, go get the homes checked out first before I get over there. But no, all jokes aside, Boulder is incredible. It's beautiful.
Have you been able to feel just the vibe change around the program locally, nationally, and how would you describe it?
I'm really not an out person. I go to restaurants because I'm hungry, and I get around about a little bit, but I'm not really an out person. But I could sense it from social. I could sense it from you all. I could sense it from the feeling of my kids. I have my daughter's here now, so I have all five of my. She's not coming in to live, thank God, but she's just coming to visit her siblings. So all five of my kids are here right now, so I could sense it, and I'm hearing them talk on a daily basis. So I love what I'm hearing from my kids, because they tell the truth. They're very honest.
Coach Brian?
Yes.
First off, I think you gave some restaurateur out there a great opportunity, by the way, you just laid out there for them. So
I love his voice.
Soul food
You
restaurant.
see how things just changed? Coach Prime. He's got that voice, man.
So what I want to ask you, though, is about, you obviously talk very highly about your staff. You believe in that. But I'm wondering, at practice every day, how involved you're the CEO, but how involved do you get day in and day out, playing and playing practice?
I think you're just going to have to see that. It's hard for me to expound on that, to tell you what I do behind the curtains. But it's good. Yeah, you'll get a chance to see. Yeah.
Okay, two more quick ones. Jake, go ahead.
Hey Coach, Jake Schwanitz, DNVR. Just with all the players you brought in from JSU and everywhere else, and then the players that have been here at SCU, How do you feel the team has really been able to gel and get to know each other?
I was getting ready to say something, and God said, "Don't do that." Thank you. I'm glad I can hear pretty good. They are getting to know one another, and they're building and establishing relationships. But more so than that, they're holding one another accountable, and they're building trust with each other. Right now, we're a team, and we're building team. I want more than that. I want it to be more than a team. I want to be something to behold. It's something you got to prepare for. Really sit down and prepare for. I don't want just a football team. Yeah, I look at this thing totally different than just being a team. But I think they're building relationships and establishing friendships and building trust. I do.
Hi, Coach Adam, Mr. Tiger, 24/7 Sports. With Travis Hunter being, with Travis Hunter being a two-way guy, how does that look for him day to day with meetings and practice in terms of his?
Well, Travis can fall out of bed and cover. Travis is a freak of an athlete. If you watch practice today, I think you'll establish that real quick, that who he is. Okay? He needs to learn everything about being a receiver because he's a natural DB and we play a lot of man, play a lot of bump and run. So it ain't too much you can teach that. Techniques and things like that, and I could give him, reach in my bag and give him some nuggets. But he has to learn the signals. He has to understand the route movement, the arms, standing tight to his body, his shoulders over his knees. He has to learn everything about being a receiver, the checks and everything. So he's focusing a lot on receiver right now, and we're happy with his progress. He was phenomenal today. Phenomenal.
All right, thanks, Coach.
That's
Appreciate
it?
the time.
You mean just? Oh my God, they're balling. I'm proud. Rick came and gave me a update. First of all, they got a heck of a coach. They got a heck of a coaching staff. You do know that, right? We all agree on that. But those girls are unbelievable, and I love it. I love, everybody. The thing I do like everything about my journey thus far. But everybody eats together, so they dine together at the training table. So I get to see the girls. And the guys of all sports, and I like that. I like to see the cross-country team. I saw some guys walking in there the other day. I said, tennis, right? They said, yep. So I mean, I love that, and the girls are doing a phenomenal job. When do they play again?
They play tomorrow night against Duke.
What time?
5 o'clock.
Okay, I can stay up for that. I'm early. I go to bed early, but I can stay up for 5. We got to root them on. I'm proud of them. I really am. Thank you all. Have a blessed Sunday. I appreciate all of you. And these guys are here for the documentary. Say, hey, wait. Yeah. We got everybody and their mama here for the doc. So we're shooting the doc as we speak. So you guys will be in there too also. So if you say something about me, we're going to blow it up. We're going to highlight you on the doc.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Didn't you have to get something off your chest?
Yeah.
What? Go ahead.
So
y'all playing this?
You know the Yellowstone trials were yesterday, right?
Oh, Sam, that's a good one. I appreciate that one.
I got you. I actually like the bit. I just naturally had to give you some. I had to say something.
You know the Backstreet Boys already.
Hey, Sam, what's there?
I do. They actually just had a reunion.
You know the Backstreet Boys already established, right? I don't think you can get in.
I don't want. That's not sandwich. They're not sandwich. They don't.
You won't get in sync.
Can you focus on the skull man with the hat on? like some things, I don't know how old he was. I don't know what he was going through in life, but
Shout out to Jason Storrs, great artist, did all this right here.
Jason who?
Jason who?
Storrs.
Jason Storrs. You said it like everybody knows.
Oh, he does.
Left.